How's it going, fellow Detroit Red Wings fans? Today we are talking about the Detroit Red Wings' other first-round pick, the big 6'6", 212 pounds goaltender from the Edmonton Oil Kings in the WHL, Sebastian Cossa. So heading into this draft, one of the biggest holes in the Red Wings organization was their lack of high-end goaltending prospects. And most people expected Yzerman to find an answer for the problem, whether it was a trade or drafting someone like Wallstedt or Cossa. And we got some answers for it, trading for Alex Nedeljkovic from the Carolina Hurricanes, but still we needed something in the pipeline for a long-term solution, and that prospect ended up being Sebastian Cossa. So what are scouts and analysts saying about him? Al Jensen from Central Scouting said, he's got very good net coverage while in his stance or when dropping in the butterfly. And he doesn't leave a lot of room for shooters. When in butterfly, he seals off the ice in 5-hole with a good leg extension to protect the low corners. Basically, his size makes it difficult for players to go around him if they do attempt to deke, or if they try to stuff it through his pads. The lower half of the net is for the most part locked down. Steve Kornianos from thedraftanalyst.com has said, talking about Cossa, Cossa combines fluid crease shuffles with compact movements and limits the amount of time he spends on his back or his pads. He's not much of a risk taker, and if Cossa gets beat, it's rarely from his own or egregious mistake or overcommittal to one side. Basically, Steve is saying that even with his massive size, Cossa is able to use his athleticism to make controlled movements and essentially make sure he's always in the right spot and limiting any holes that shooters could potentially find the back of the net on. To keep it clear, Cossa has incredible body control for a big goalie. His ability to track the puck is about as close to as elite as you can get in a draft-eligible attendee. And he's a smart goaltender that can anticipate plays happening and be in the right position to shut it down. Now for his stats, playing in the WHL his rookie season before being shut down due to COVID, he played in 33 games, earning a 2.23 goals against average with a .921 save percentage, adding 4 shutouts, earning a 21-6-3 record as a 17-year-old rookie goalie. His stats last season, he played a shortened season with only 19 WHL games, earning a 1.57 goals against average with a .941 save percentage, adding 4 shutouts and earning a 17-1-1 record. Now his numbers seem off the charts, especially considering he was one of the best U20 goaltenders in the WHL ever before even being drafted. You may be wondering why Cossa wasn't considered hands down to be the best goaltender of this draft. If not, then possibly the best player. And why people aren't able to highlight his weaknesses that easily. It's because Cossa is playing behind an elite team that finished 3rd in standings during his rookie season and 1st in standings last season. So some people, scouts, etc., aren't sure that his success is because of how good he is or because of how good the team was. Now obviously Yzerman thinks that Cossa was one of the reasons the Edmonton Oil Kings finished with the best goals against average in the league last season, while some other scouts, analysts, etc. think that Cossa just happened to be lucky. So what is his NHL readiness and what could he become? Well, in terms of NHL readiness, for goalies it's very hit or miss. Some come along a lot quicker and some take a long time to transition to the big leagues. The Red Wings most likely will be patient with Cossa, like they have been with Seider, Raymond, and other prospects, so we likely won't see him for a little bit. He most likely will finish up his junior eligibility years, then make his way over to play for the Grand Rapids Griffins, and once he's able to show consistently that he's giving the Griffins a chance to win every night, which we should expect to be sooner rather than later, Yzerman will start to have him earn NHL experience and time before finally making the jump to the show. As for what he could become, he definitely seems like he's pretty much a guaranteed starter at least, but he has the skills and tools to become a franchise goaltender one day if the cards fall the way they should. What do we think of the Red Wings selecting Cossa at 15th overall? It's a great pick. Wallstedt or Cossa were both great options at 15th overall and solves an organizational need. Obviously, Yzerman is good at spotting talent, even in goalies. So we trust, and we should all trust, Yzerman's decision on selecting Cossa over Wallstedt, no matter if analyst scout says otherwise. Let us know down below what you think of the Red Wings drafting Cossa, what you think of them drafting Cossa over Wallstedt. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. That way we make more content that you like. And lastly, don't be afraid to subscribe. That way you get notified when we upload a video. And until next time, lights out in the red light district.